Hi, everyone, and welcome to the 21-day mindful movement and breathwork challenge. Today's practice came in by request, and this one was for a self-compassion practice. So I want to walk you through that. But before we go right into a more meditative type of practice, I do want to involve just a teeny tiny bit of mindful movement. So let's get started. You can do this anywhere in a chair or on a couch or laying down. And we'll start with a few little mini micro cat-cow movements. So if you're not a yoga person and you don't know what that means, all we're going to do is think about rounding our back and then opening our chest and rounding our back and opening our chest. So those are the two movements, and we're going to do those nice and mindfully. So if you want, you can have your hands just on your knees. The arms can kind of help you feel into your shoulders and your shoulder blades and your chest and your rib cage. And then when you feel ready, we're going to, as you're exhaling, round the back, so you're kind of bringing the chin in, not necessarily down toward your chest, but bringing your chin kind of back toward your throat. Bow your head down and then open the space between your shoulder blades. And then as you inhale, let the shoulders come back. Maybe the shoulder blades even slide down your back slightly. It's as though you're putting your shoulder blades in your back pockets. And then exhale, open that space between the shoulder blades around. Inhale, open the chest. And why don't we do 3 or maybe 4 more of those? Really, in your own way, aligning your breath and your movement. So as you're inhaling, you're opening the chest, and as you're exhaling, you're opening the back. Two more of those. Really feeling that nice sensation through the upper back as you exhale, and then a nice feeling of openness through the front of the chest as you inhale. And then I want to do a little exercise. Today we were in a workshop playing with tension, so I wanted to bring some of that to you all. And what we're going to do with this one is we're going to play with pushing and pulling forces, but we're going to do it very, very gently. So bring your hands together and maybe just feel into creating a little bit of push. So you're pushing your hands into each other. And then we're going to open the hands up so that you're pushing only with your fingertips. And the objective is to get the feeling to be even through your whole hand, and maybe even all the way down to your elbow, and maybe even all the way around to your back. And see how light can you push to feel the energy of that push travel down your arms. You might not perceive it as energy. It might just be like a muscle activation or an aliveness or a dynamic felt sense that you can feel that push. Bring your muscles alive. And then slowly roll your hands in so you're pushing with the whole hand. And then open back up so that you're pushing maybe a bit lighter, but only with the fingertips. And then we're going to add in a pull. So you're going to interlace your fingers and do that same thing. We're going to pull the hands apart just ever so lightly and see what's the just right amount of pull that you could create where you could feel it travel all the way around, even maybe into the upper back where we were just opening in our cow stretch. And now let's go back and forth. So we're going to push ever so. What's the lightest amount of push you can give the hands into each other? If you maybe really effort it and then too light, and then find the just right amount of push. Can you feel it all the way into your back? Can you feel it between your shoulder blades? And then pull, same thing. Let's go one more push. And one more pull. And then letting the arms rest. Maybe rub them out a little bit. They did just a little bit of work for you there. And then let's go back and do one more round of the cat and cow and see if after the pushing and pulling energies, did it bring any change into your system? So as you exhale, rounding the back, you can have hands on the knees here, opening the space between the shoulder blades, and then inhale, opening the chest, shoulder blades move back and down toward your back pockets. And just on your own, 3 more times. Exhaling into your cat and inhaling into your cow. Exhale, open the back. Inhale, open the chest. I like to think of it as opening the heart, but opening the back part of the heart as you're rounding, and open the front part of the heart as you're opening the chest. Okay, one more. Exhale, round. Inhale, open those shoulders, and then you can settle, shake everything off. Why don't we do just a few minutes of the self-compassion practice? This one is really helpful in moments where you might be going through body pain or struggle in life. And it's a really simple practice that I've adapted from Kristen Neff and Chris Garmer's work. So just settle in, come into a comfy posture. Feel free to take a couple of breaths and create that audible exhale to allow yourself to really arrive in your body. Whatever would be helpful, maybe even the bumblebee breath. And then allowing the breath to come back to normal. And letting the breath maybe slow down just a little bit more. If it feels right and good for you to connect in with the breath as a bit of a resource or an anchor for you, go ahead and do that too. Take a bit of time to notice anything about your breath that you do enjoy. Maybe it's a feeling of vitality or aliveness in the breath, or nourishment or relaxation. Whatever it is about the breath you enjoy the most, take a moment to really take that in. Give yourself permission to enjoy your breath. And for the compassion practice, the idea is we bring to mind a difficult either memory or experience that we might be really alive and going through right now. And so I like to bring in the breath as a resource first, so that at any point in time, if the uncomfortable feelings become too much, we can go take our awareness back to that soothing or comforting quality. So if the breath doesn't have that effect on you, I'll just invite you to use a different anchor or a different resource. It could be a memory, or it could just be a hand on the heart. So we'll begin with bringing to mind a difficult memory of something that's been challenging for you. It could be lately or it could be a long time ago. Go with something kind of 3 out of 10. Don't go with something really, really huge, just a mild discomfort that you're noticing or experiencing. See if you can, as you bring it to mind, see if you can feel where it registers the loudest in your body. Do you feel it most in your chest or in your face or in your belly? Wherever that is, it's sometimes helpful to place a hand on that part of the body to really connect in with it. Already starting that compassion of, ooh, ouch. It's not very comfortable. And starting with that step of just meeting the uncomfortable feeling with some attention can be really helpful in this first phase of the process to name what it is in as few words as possible, like, oh, discomfort, oh, embarrassed, oh, pain, oh, mad, whatever it is. See if you can just, for another 3 breaths, really connect with it once you've named it. Yeah, this is pretty hard. And the next step is common humanity. And what we do with this step is, once you've named it, to recognize that whatever it is, it's something that we all go through from time to time. So just naming that for yourself. You know, this moment here of being mad, that's a human thing. All humans feel angry from time to time. Everybody gets feelings of pain from time to time. It's really human to feel this discomfort. And just connect in with that relational field, the social field of this part of it. All humans suffer from time to time. It's a part of life, a part of being human. And the final step is to bring your energy now back into just you, just yourself, your inner experience. And applying a bit of kindness to your experience now, in whatever way will be useful for you. It might just be kindness, might look like some patience with yourself. It might look like remembering to be nice to yourself, remembering to be gentle with you. And just check in with that. What will be a way that you could give yourself permission to be kind to you right now? May I remember to cut myself some slack. May I remember to do something good for my body. I remember to be gentle with my mind. And sometimes that's too big of a leap, so it can be helpful to use the word begin. May I begin to be kind to myself. May I begin to remember to be patient with me. And lastly, just going through those 3 steps and see which of the 3 had the strongest impact, and then to maybe stay with that one aspect a little bit longer, maybe 30 more seconds, whether it was naming it, being curious about it. Oh, math. Or maybe it was the common humanity. Oh, we all suffer sometimes. Or maybe it was the kindness towards yourself. Whichever one had the most effective impact on you, just stay there. Another 3 breaths. And then when that feels complete, you can bring yourself back into your day. And again, I just want to really thank you for showing up and doing this practice with me every day. I'm so, so grateful that you're with me on this journey, and I'll see you again tomorrow. With that, namaste.